Let's not make the world wait any longer.
Oh, no.
Learning about this kid, because he's 17 years old.
Yes.
Learning about this kid this morning in the past 24 hours has been awesome. I didn't know it was possible to do the shit that this kid has done. Legit. I just talked about it at the beginning of the show. 531 yards, 5 touchdowns. Georgia 7A state championship game as a freshman. As a freshman, he did that at quarter. State record, obviously, never going to be touched.
No.
Okay, that's never going to be touched. He's currently in the middle of a playoff push with his team down there in Carrollton, and everybody on earth wants to know where the hell he's going to go to school. So joining us now, an absolute stud, the future of football. Ladies and gentlemen, Julian JuJu Lewis.
Yeah.
JuJu, what up, man?
How's it going?
Hey, hair looks sweet. Obviously, that was another thing we learned about you over the last 24 hours. All your photos look sweet. How long have we been growing that?
Oh, man, since 8th grade, something like that.
It's like 2 years ago. Got it. Okay. Yeah, because you skipped, you obviously reclassified as a 2025 senior as opposed to a 2026 senior. I just talked about your freshman stats in the championship game. At what point did you realize, like, hey, I'm a god? You know, like, what, 6th grade? Or are you just absolutely tearing people up? When did it really become, like, your thing?
Yeah, I mean, probably I was like 10. Probably I was 10. I mean, I was out there throwing seams and reading cover 3 and all that freaky stuff back then. So probably like 10, 11. I was like, okay, it's on.
That's amazing to hear. Good for you, by the way. Hey, congratulations. That is awesome. I have a baby girl, Mackenzie. She's 18 months old. And once I realized what you were able to do as a freshman, I'm like, all right, Mackenzie, we got a chance. We can dominate things as freshmen in high school. So I appreciate the inspiration. I was talking to David Mulugeta, obviously got the Athletes First hoodie on right there. He said, you're talking to my guy, JuJu. He is very similar to CJ Stroud. Very mature, very calm, football IQ through the roof, and obviously can put a ball everywhere, which is why everybody on earth is excited to hear where you're going to go to school. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Julian JuJu Lewis will be playing football for whom next year, brother?
I will be continuing my athletic and academic career at
Here we go, full speed.
The University of Colorado.
Okay. Congratulations. We're incredibly proud of you. We're pumped for you that you were able to make this decision. Now, obviously, this is going to be huge news, not only in Colorado, not only in the Big 12, but the NFL is going to have to talk about this as well because of all the storylines surrounding Coach Prime and what everybody's thinking there. And when you took your visit to Colorado, there was a photo of Shedeur basically handing the keys over to you. How big of a moment was this? And at what point did you know you wanted to be a Colorado Buffalo?
I mean, of course, it was big for me just coming in after Shedeur, just seeing what he's done to Colorado and what he's turned it into. But it's definitely a blessing getting put in this position, coming after him and with his dad. I mean, I couldn't beat it.
What are your conversations with Coach Prime like? And ultimately, because a lot of, obviously, we see what Travis Hunter's doing. Mm-hmm. And I think because he went to Colorado, he's been allowed to do all of these things. Mm-hmm. I think some other schools would have forced him to go one way or the other, and we'd all be left out of watching greatness happen right in front of our eyes. What did Coach Prime tell you that made you feel comfortable about taking your career that has been prolific already and extending it with him in Colorado?
I mean, Coach Prime's always said, like, the best man's going to play, and that's really what I wanted, was to be able to come in and compete, start as a freshman. I mean, I wouldn't have much fun sitting on the bench, so I was like, I want to come in somewhere I can get a chance to play, so he's going to let me compete for that. That was big for me.
So I assume you graduate here in December, and then you'll be up in Colorado?
I will be, yes, sir.
It's beautiful up there, brother. Now, you're from Georgia. It's hot. Are you excited about the chili and the views up there in the Rockies?
It's kind of icy right now. I'm not gonna lie. It was like 35 this morning. It's kind of burr.
Wow.
Okay, It's freezing as shit here in Indianapolis. I guess also down in Georgia. 35 is cold. You get it.
Yeah.
That's not a worry at all. What are your thoughts as you go on to play at the next level? Are you just excited to learn, or what are your main objectives?
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, I'm excited to learn under Coach Shermer and Coach Prime. I was talking about it the other day. I don't think there's a better person to learn how to read defenses and coverages than Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. So, I mean, just trying to grow mentally is my big thing.
They figured out the offensive line too, which is good news. They open that thing up too.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be able to spin that thing. I think everything that you're great at, they've obviously spotlighted with Shedeur in their offense. We're incredibly pumped for you, man. Good luck with everything.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for letting us be a part of this, legitimately.
Yeah. No, thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
I don't know if we're DoorDashing anything, though. Are we going to DoorDash anything to celebrate? I see the thing right over your shoulder there.
Oh, man, DoorDash my go-to. I already got it on me.
Smart.
This is that NIL stuff.
Yep.
This is brilliant. Good luck with it all. We appreciate you. Congrats, brother.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julian JuJu Lewis. He's in the middle of a playoff push right now.
Yeah.
So he's going to take care of that. I assume that's why he wanted to make this decision as quickly as he did. Decommits from USC on Sunday. Here we are 4 days later. Let's get back to ball now and get focused. 17 years old. Dude.
Unbelievable.
Look at how comfortable, calm he is. I do believe this younger entrepreneurial mindset has made a lot of these kids have to mature at a much quicker rate. But football IQ-wise, Mulugeta was like, hey, this kid, and he just said about 8th grade, cover 3, I started like breaking down. It's like, it's just another level, it feels like, these younger guys.
So who was it? His family, his dad a coach, brothers? Does he have siblings? Where did he learn the game? Where did he gain all this knowledge? Just from his high school coaches?
Yeah, it said his dad played a little bit at UConn, and then I just saw on his Instagram. I don't know what position he has on the coaching staff, but I think he's involved on the high school team as well.
I can't fathom. No, we should have known about him a lot earlier. Just want to let you know.
Definitely.
Because this is unbelievable stuff. And I don't know how many of these there are around the country. Obviously, there are big fish in small ponds everywhere. You know, every single high school probably has a best player, best everything. What he's been doing and then he did the Quinn Ewers move, which is reclassifying a year earlier. So academically, you also have to do a bunch of stuff. So you have to be intelligent. You have to be focused, attention to detail. And physically, he just holds freshman year. What he was able to do, 7A, Georgia football. Georgia creates monsters. Georgia high school football is
studs.
it's not like you're just some crappy state. This is a great state where he performed very well. Coach Prime's got to be elated about this decision, especially with Shedeur on his way out.
Biggest classification in Georgia, like a couple years ago, like there's a good chance he was playing against dudes who are either in the NFL who went to Georgia or, guys who are going to be first round picks. So yeah, like I feel like, obviously there are special talents everywhere, but like very rarely do you see that.
Number 2.
Yeah.
What's this guy got to do?
Breaking records at 14 years old.
That's unbelievable.
I looked
Can
up
you
the
imagine?
number 1 is the kid who LSU and Michigan are currently fighting over for like the millions and millions of dollars.
So I think that's very normal now.
Yeah.
I think it's very normal operating procedure.
Yeah.
I don't know how many millions and millions.
What do you think he got? Any idea?
I have no
Do we
idea.
know?
Well, so I think Colorado. So I might be mistaken in talking out of pocket here. So because not everybody just shows their accounts. Not everybody just shows it. Colorado does have NIL, obviously. Have to in this modern world that we're in, especially if you're going to want to win championships, which they're still very much in it for the Big 12 right now. Could end up in a college football playoff, which everybody would be incredibly pumped about. Even their haters would be pumped about because in the biggest moment they get to see them. You're from Boulder.
So I can't even imagine right now.
So the NIL,
what's going on in Boulder.
So the NIL stuff, I don't think Colorado is at the level of there's some schools that are head and shoulders above.
Not at USC's level even,
Well, and I think exactly. And I don't think USC is anywhere near
SEC schools and
Ohio State.
Ohio State
and
Oregon.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And in the great state of Texas down there. And
right.
You're talking about there is some NIL stuff at some of these schools that are head and shoulders above everybody else. So it's not just the amount of money. It's not like, I don't think he took the biggest check he was offered. If I am reading the tea leaves properly in college football. But what he's choosing is development.
Absolutely.
And connections and blueprint on how to become an NFL pro or how to become a legacy or a legend and Hall of Famer and everything like that. Like Coach Saban talks about this. Alabama did not have, at the end here when NIL was real, but the sell was, hey, you're going to come here and this is the blueprint. This is kind of a thing. I think Deion's doing the same exact thing over there in Colorado, and that's a big part of the pitch. And a lot of the schools that don't have the deep pockets that everybody else is, that is going to have to be the way they sell it because somebody can show up with hey, here's $3 million to come play. And then another school's like, we got $1.5 million. You know, you're still a millionaire.
Pretty sweet.
That's still a lot of money. But you're going to have to make up that difference somewhere, right? You're going to have to make up that difference somewhere. And I think Coach Prime, that coaching staff, everything they've been able to do and prove that they can do at any level. He was doing high school.
Yeah.
He was doing HBCU. Now he's doing it in a Power 4 program and a Power 4 conference. And then obviously with what Shador and Travis, those might be top 5 picks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those might be 2 top 5 picks from the same program, 2 Heisman finalists from the same program. It's like in a very quick time, Coach Prime has proved himself, legitimacy, obviously. And I assume his dad, TC, massive fan of Coach Prime.
For sure.
Yeah, so he has that. It's like good stuff happening in Colorado.
Big challenge for them is not only the NIL, right? And you know, Prime, Rick George has got the biggest challenge, right? The athletic director. A year ago this time, it looked like, what are we doing? Right? Everybody's
Teams
4-8.
losing.
Not
So we
working.
started out as saying this little project, this little whatever, and now fast forward to today, and this announcement. Now, Rick George, you better secure you some cash and some cheese.
You better
and
start shaking some hands,
you
brother.
better, like Sig down the road here in Bloomington,
Yeah.
just got ripped off a nice little check, right? 64,
8 per.
8 per, right?
Yep.
Because now all the talk on TV, all the pundits now is Deion to the NFL, Deion here, Deion there, right? He said he's got his kickstand down, right? And he's set up. This is where he wants to be.
Just got the number 2 commit in the entire country.
But it's money talks, right? Now, Prime may not need a nickel, probably, if I'm guessing right. I don't think he needs.
Hey,
I mean, we all
how
need
much
more
money is
cheese.
enough money?
Nothing.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough. Okay.
You know, there is.
So he's doing fine. But Rick George, the athletic director, kudos to him pulling this thing off. Kudos to that staff. Prime, what he's doing, getting this deal. I know those. I know the money guys there in Boulder still.
Do you really? Well, tell them to start.
They got to, and all. No, they have to step up.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it all Paisans up there with money, or who is it?
No, you got a little bit of everything. Kind of eclectic.
Thank
area.
God.
It's a beautiful area, Boulder.
It is.
Well, that's the other thing to talk about is that right now it's all Deion to the NFL. It's like we should think about the other school that he decommitted from. Like Lincoln Riley has been loud about going to the NFL the past few years, not him himself, but people just talking about it. Like you wonder with him decommitting, especially with this money conversation, like Lincoln Riley could easily be going to the NFL next year, and we're not really talking about it because Shador and Deion and Prime. That's more so the story right now.
Those windows that we all have, they close really fast.
Yeah.
Like you're hot in 1 second,
Last couple of years,
and then the next second,
And you're offense coordinator for another team.
Yeah.
Yeah, no longer head
you're
coach.
not.
Yeah.
So like when you better strike while it's hot.
Congrats, JuJu.
Hell yeah.
Cool kid.
Yeah.
Hair is sweet.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He already has a Head and Shoulders deal waiting on you.
Yep.
Hey, Mulligetta.
Let's go.
He knows.
Probably hairspray somewhere.
Let's go.
How about him having Mulligetta as his guy?
That's a big deal.
So you can. So I'm behind. So you can have, you're at high school. You can have an agent.
yeah, well, you need one.
Yeah.
Because if you don't.
No, I know with
what-
the NI, but so you can sign. You're.
I think so, yeah. Now, I don't. To be clear, if you're a junior high and David Mulligetta says he would like to handle your business for you or help you handle your business, you sign that contract with David Mulligetta. Now, there's also a lot of bad agents that are probably trying to do something similar, which is a part of the entire development of having to have guardrails on this whole thing going forward, which I think there's a judgment coming Q1 of next year about how it's all going to work out. But yeah, I think the fact that I don't think Mulligetta's missed much.
No.
You know, I think and to be a great agent, obviously you have to have great negotiating ability, great communicating skills, but you also have to be a good scout.
Yeah.
Like you have to so whenever I get a text from Mulligetta, it's like, hey, heard you got my guy, JuJu, coming on. I immediately was like, this dude's a Mulligetta guy?
What?
Good for him. Good for his family. DoorDash is sitting right there.
Yeah, it's perfect.
DoorDash is sitting right there.
He knows.
Signed card up on the other side.
He knows.
Congrats, JuJu. And TC, the whole family. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of that. Now,